Hi guys, this is a quick tutorial on how to add a checklist, kind of similar to the way Lalima used to have it. Lamaku does have a checklist environment, but theirs opens in a separate page, and I wanted something that would just stay in page. So I just did a little research into the HTML, and here's what I found. So let me just show you the code. The code is going to be embedded in the description of this video. But what you do is once you have a module or a web page that you want within Lamaku, you hit edit HTML, and then there's this little button that says source code. You click on that, and right now it has stuff already kind of built in there. Um, just so you can see clearly what's going on, I'm just gonna delete it for a second and show you what you paste. So this is the start copy paste checklist and end copy paste checklist. This part, this code right here is for the checklist itself, and I just have a template with 10 boxes. And then what you also have to do is at the very end of your code, or almost at the end of the code, you add on a little script. And this is what it looks like. So this is the second part that you copy and paste. And it shows where to start. It says start copy paste checklist and then end down here. You don't need this piece if you don't want it. That's just a indentation or paragraph. And click save, and then the checklist populates here. The way I have it built in, it includes this little box here as well. And then you can edit the text here. And then from here, you can also copy paste this if you want to add more items to your list, say, or you don't have to do the whole thing. You just do one at a time if you want. I press Shift F and Enter to go a line right below it. The only thing is if you do that, these guys, and I click save, these guys are actually not gonna save it's not gonna save whether you checked it or not as it is if you add a new thing. So watch what happens. Like if I check these and I refresh the page, these two will save, but this new one didn't save. And the reason for that is you have to give it a new name. So if I go back to HTML, edit HTML, go in here, it's code, and I just find the checkbox names here. Right now you see the one I just copied is my checkbox 0410. I name it because my naming convention is by whichever module page I have it in, and then the number of checkbox. So right now I added an 11th one. So I'm gonna think of this as inside of my fourth module. I'll name it 0411, and then click save. And then now this thing should update with me. That other little bit of code at the end too was to make sure, kind of part of making this thing save. Because if you don't have that, then the same thing will happen. It'll just when you refresh the page, the checkboxes will disappear. Okay, so let's say I want to add this to an existing page that I have already. You can basically do the same thing. Or let me just see. Let me pick a different week. So let's say I have an existing page and I just want to insert checklist inside of it. I could even insert it into this environment right there, for instance. So same deal, you go to edit HTML, click on this button to get to the source code. And then you kind of gotta do a little bit of figuring out, okay, where exactly do I want it? Here I can see the learning outcomes. Sometimes it helps to kind of just put some text to help you find what you're looking for. And instead of those learning outcomes, that's where I'm going to put my checkboxes. I could put the entire checkbox environment. And let me just copy and paste that code here. So if I just copy and paste the code here right now, right where it says start and end. If I do that, it's going to have that entire box. Here, let's watch, let's see what happens. See this box, this whole box appeared, right? But if I don't, let's say I don't want that whole box, you can actually just get rid of that initial part if you rather. So then this part up until where it says the word checklist and span, you delete that part and save. And then it appears within where it was, right? So now I have it built into that environment that was previously existing. So it's up to you depending on how you want to make it look. Um, okay, right now as I have it, it doesn't have that end script, so I have to add that as well. So I'm gonna go back to the source code. And then right here, you see where it says script starts. This is actually built in automatically. So where you see that script starts, but that script starts prompt, that's where you just copy and paste that code that says start copy and paste checklist script. So I'm going to copy and paste that here. That goes in there. See, it says end and begin. So this is the extra script I added to accompany that checklist that I made, and that's to make sure that the checkboxes actually save when you refresh or go to a different page. So now I click on save, close it, and voila! Everything should be working fine now. And it's a quick checklist, just pick some random ones, and then we'll refresh the page, make sure those still are visible, and they are. So there you go. All right, guys, hope that helped, and I hope that's useful to you. All right, see ya.